Hey guys, and welcome to this week's episode of Through the Glass Table. As always, I am one of your hosts, Ismael.
And I'm Everett.
And today we're going to be reviewing some motherfucker's film called Thoroughbred.
First, Elio and Oliver don't end up together, and now this shit? From the people that brought you 9/11, Starvation, and Fergie's national anthem performance comes Thoroughbreds, the feel-bad movie of the year that is so fucking depressing that it'll leave you wishing you could watch someone bust a nut in a peach.
So, Everett, this is our second review of this?
Third. Yeah, we did. It's because we did the last one last year.
I don't count that film. This is the third one that we have this year. So, what did you think of Thoroughbred?
I wanted to fucking kill myself after I saw this movie, but it's a good movie. Imagine that.
So, you want to kill yourself, but you have fun?
I didn't have fun watching this movie. I'm like, equally, I know that this movie was a very fantastic, well-written movie, but it's also the subject matter was just like, it was depressing the shit out of me, and I did not have fun watching this. That's the truth. This movie is, don't go into this with emotional problems already.
Well, you can't be telling people not to go in with emotional problems already. Some people are just emotional people.
You're gonna be worse. You're gonna be worse off if you are already low. You know, like I didn't enjoy this movie, but it's a good movie.
Damn. I actually enjoyed it. Right. I didn't think it was fucking as emotionally draining as you thought it was. I don't know. You seem pretty bummed out throughout the film, and I'm just like, why is he so bummed out? You're bumming me out.
I think it's just because I've dealt with people like certain characters, which we'll get into.
Like, okay.
Yeah. And so it's just like, why am I watching this kind of thing? But then I equally also, the other part of my brain knew that it was well written, it was well acted. Comedy, there are bits of comedy in here that land every time for me. This movie is directed by Corey Finley. Don't know who he is. And this is his first movie because I researched. Because I'm a professional and I just took 1 minute and looked on my phone and saw that he only did one movie. So what did you think of Corey Finley's direction?
I liked it, actually. It seemed kind of textbooks, though. A little bit textbookish.
Yeah.
Like how it starts off, how it opens and everything. But it's
like
decent.
Film school.
Yeah. Well, you know.
I thought he had a lot of, like I joked to you that this was like if Stanley Kubrick had directed Heathers or something. Like it was really, everything's very concentrated and he knows how to use sound, because that was tripping me out. The sound in this movie was like irritating as fuck.
That's one of the things that pulled me out, actually, for it.
Really?
But I guess that's what the intention of it, right? In those certain scenes when he has that. To disassociate
you.
Yeah.
The thing I kept running through my head, though, is that we saw a movie last year called Tragedy Girls, which is extremely similar to this movie in its subject matter, but in its execution is
totally different. Yeah,
the total opposite.
Well, Tragedy Girls had fun with it. It was more like a teenage pop little drama high school thing. This one, it seemed those elements are still there, but it was more subdued into the actual psychosis of the individuals. What did you think about that whole, the title gives it away. Thoroughbred means both the horse that's in there and then them. What did you think? Like what he was trying to do? Mirror that.
I don't know.
Because that's what the whole thing is like. Really, that's how it starts off. With the horse and everything. And so, but it's also about their relationship to their culture of like white suburbia.
When I first not much of that stuff was in there for me. But when I first heard the title, I thought, oh, okay, they're supposed to be perfect, rich thoroughbreds, like. They go to the best schools and yada yada, but there wasn't much. It was much more personal between the two girls. So to me, there wasn't that much commentary on that in this movie, but I kind of was happy because it was something different.
It's not heavy-handed. It's not like they're supposed to be like. No one tells them you're supposed to do it this way. You're supposed to. It's all in the situation that's built around the characters, like the prep schools, what her conventions as a normal human being is supposed to be, or the family's reaction to everything. Yeah. Like even the stepfather or what's her face, like that's all talking about the bigger issue of the movie.
I particularly didn't like the stepfather's storyline, but it was good. I didn't like it because I was having flashbacks of like my own experiences. So every time the mom would just sit there and not say anything. The situation is not, without spoiling. The situation is that the mom marries a stepfather
who was a piece of shit.
Who was a piece of garbage, but he's rich, and so he says these horrible things to the daughter, but the mom just sits there and doesn't say anything. Like I think it was like moments like those were so, and the way that they played out were so real that's why I didn't enjoy it. It's like I don't want to fucking look at this.
It's kind of hard to kind of feel what his intention was for the film, because like I couldn't choose a side. I
agree with you. Particularly, I think it gets muddled when the dad is in the kitchen with her.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh, maybe he's right. So then I was like, oh, so now I don't have anyone to attach myself to.
Yeah. I was behind the principal characters until I figured out that maybe their lifestyle isn't worth rewarding them. Like their whole concept of how to treat people and how to look at people. So I don't know. I couldn't really decide who I favored more.
It was just a big empty hole.
I would agree that it's an empty hole, but it was interesting to look at, and it's an eye opener for at the affluent side of America, because Heathers didn't really have that either. Heathers was more like,
well, I mean, they were
rich. They were rich, but not to the certain degree to what this film demonstrates, right? And also, what's another one? Like Tragedy Girls. That was just poppy fun.
You also told me at the end, which I didn't think about, was this is another movie where they play with, well, who's actually crazy.
Oh.
Because the girl that's supposed to be sane, which is played by the girl from Split, she ends up being, pretty much the same as the girl that...
Well, at least she falls victim to letting go of her emotions.
True. So I thought, and then I thought about Ingrid Goes West, because that sort of has the same twist at the end that we argued about. And so I don't know, maybe that was the point of it, was to show how these people who think they're human beings are really not. And then all it takes is one person who just is honest about themselves that they can't feel anything. That's all it takes for you to change into the person you really are.
Like, I felt more realness from the girl who can't feel anything than anyone else.
Well, because she's brutally honest.
Well, yeah.
Of like, it reminded me of the movie you hated last year,
Which one?
Sacred Killing of a Deer, where she's sort of like, she's speaking the emotions that no one is saying. I don't know, that movie was pretty bad. Or not bad, that movie was
fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Why are you sugarcoating it?
Well, because it was an interesting movie, but I felt the same way for that movie that I felt for this, where I didn't have any emotional touch. But anyway, it's because she's speaking everyone's feelings. And it's down to a T.
Or she forces people to speak their actual feelings.
Yeah.
Or to confront their feelings about her.
Yeah. So in a way, she becomes the hero. And then it was kind of sad at the end. She had finally made a friend, but the consequences for why she made that friend.
That's true. I didn't even think about it that way.
Because do you think...
Was it selfish? See, I can't decide. I still can't decide that. So I think that's good or the question that at least this director is proposing here is, I don't think there is a white and black in this situation, and those types of situations. It's left in the gray.
I think it's all shades of gray, and then whatever your background is paints that.
It's also very revealing that it kind of makes you wonder who is a sociopath, because you really don't know. I don't think I've come across people who are sociopaths in my own personal life.
Girl.
Well,
let me tell you, I have.
Well, to the degree to which the girl was demonstrated as.
Well, she's clearly dangerous. Not that she's actively dangerous, but just her total lack of emotion.
Total, yes.
Yeah.
But she still had the notion of what was right and wrong.
True.
She still knew what she was doing was kind of wrong or seen wrong by people. She just couldn't process it.
I think she saw it in an objective way.
Yeah.
Like, this is what people say is wrong, so I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Because she even says, it's not that I'm an evil person, I just have to work a lot harder
to be good.
Yeah. The other person in this is Anya Taylor-Joy, who was in Split.
Yes.
She was good. She did her part. I remember not being interested in her whenever she was on screen a little bit towards the end, except for when it starts to ramp up some more.
She has this awkward beauty because she's not like
her eyes are far apart. I hate to list, but I think that's what makes her a little off. Is just her eyes are far apart. They are. They're like, what was that in Family Guy where the girl's eyes were? Oh, it was from Pulp Fiction. Fucking what's her name? From Kill Bill.
Uma Thurman?
Yeah, I remember Uma Thurman was saying the dialogue and her eyes were going apart and then they pushed them back.
No.
But anyways, I think that's what makes her awkwardly beautiful.
I was more interested in the other actress.
Who is named Olivia, and I don't know her last name.
But there's only one other thing that I've seen her in, but I don't remember which one it was.
Your brother listed it.
Yeah, he listed them. But... Ouija. Yeah, she was a sister. I found... my brother didn't really like her. He thought she was boring a little bit.
That's the point.
But, I thought she did a really well job.
She was fantastic. Good job. She was scary. I didn't like her, but that was the point. She was fantastic in this. I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, maybe I just misheard him. But that's what I heard.
She was great. She, I've dealt with people like this before, and she was...
Have you dealt with real people like that?
Yes.
Who?
I'm not gonna say who it is, but in those, just watching her pretend, and then I
think I know who you're talking about. I met that person, and
you met a version of that person.
Of that version of that person. Okay.
But I've seen that person.
So you think that person is still in the hiding phase of it?
Yeah, I've seen that person notice that I was upset about something and then change and then just be blank again. So I get it. That's why I didn't really. Whatever. She was great. She did a fantastic job.
Oh, fantastic job in the shuffle of pronouns. So I don't want to know who it was that we're talking about.
What did I say? No one's a protagonist in this, but if anyone was, she is by proxy because she doesn't completely understand I want to say she doesn't understand her actions, but she does. But
But she's honest about them.
Yeah.
See, in a film that's crowded with individuals who are dishonest and not sure of themselves and selfish, she's the only reigning light of the film because she is honest.
It is what it is. Whatever she sees, that's what it is. Which is admirable, but it's also you're trying to kill someone. It's I don't. So we're gonna wrap it up. Ismail, what do you give Thoroughbreds?
Thoroughbreds, I actually give 3.5.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say 4 out of 5, but you liked it more than I did.
I did.
Why 3.5?
Because I did get slightly bored,
yeah, you told me
and so it's because I lost the intention of the film, right in the 5 minutes of the second act. I was I just didn't know where he was going, and
it was meandering a little.
Yeah, and then it started picking up again with the situations. I was like, okay, here we go.
I'll give it a 4, just because whatever, it's 0.5 more, but. It's a fantastic movie. It's just it's not my kind of movie.
So it's a fantastically made film.
Yeah, it's a fantastically made film, and I get what the point of it was, and it was well executed. But
the subject matter was jarring for you.
It was the way it was presented was so real that I just it just felt gross.
Well, guys, thank you for joining us on this episode of Through the Glass Table. Our next one, I don't know what's gonna be, but. This year is filled with Disney films.
Yeah, I just don't know.
So,
how are we gonna get through all these movies? We don't have time.
I don't know. We'll have to pick and choose the best. But again, thank you for watching, and please comment and subscribe. We love seeing that and answering your guys' questions. And look at Everett, looking great.
The watch.
Look at him. Look at him. The shoes. He's fantastic. Anything else you want to say before?
No, that's it. Go see Wrinkle in Time, because no one else is.
Ooh, that's fucked up. And on that note, bye.
Bye.